What is up, guys? It is the Indiana Jones Hanger back again. As some of you may know, the reason I haven't been posting content for a while, for the last week, is because I was in Florida at Disney World, and since Disney has so much Indiana Jones stuff to offer, I thought I would make a sort of video for you guys of the full Indiana Jones tour of Walt Disney World, all the little places you want to check out at Disney World if you are an Indy fan. So you can follow my journey and I will show you all of the best spots. So starting off on day one, I flew into Disney. And the resort I stayed in isn't actually a conventional hotel, it's actually the Cabins at Fort Wilderness, which is one of the coolest resorts Disney has. It's a sort of campground, and they have these very nice cabins that you can stay in. It's basically a house to yourself. It is so much better than a typical resort with hotel rooms. They're cramped, loud always. It is very nice place to stay, nice in the woods. You really get that sort of adventure feel if you're an Indy fan. But that night I headed down to Disney Springs. And here is our first stop on the Indy tour, which will be Jock's Hangar Bar at Disney Springs. Now this is a bar themed totally around Indiana Jones. It's meant to be a sort of aircraft hangar that has been transformed into a bar and is owned by Indy's good friend Jock Lindsay. But this restaurant just has some truly immaculate theming. You go in and there are props everywhere. You can see all sorts of different things. You see a picture of Jock. He has all sorts of artifacts from Indy and his various adventures. You can see the voodoo dolls of Indy from Temple of Doom, the golden idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So many different posters and props, and it is just overflowing with story, and it is a really, really cool place if you want to stop for a drink or if you want to eat anything. Their menu is Indiana Jones themed, their drinks too. And speaking of the drinks, they have different collectible exclusive coasters that you can get from this restaurant. They have all sorts of different coasters. If you ask for them, they'll just give you some for free. You can get them with your drinks. I picked some of them up. You'll see that later on in this video when I show you the Indy related stuff I picked up from Disney World on this trip. But all around, just some really cool stuff when it comes to theming inside the restaurant. There is also a back patio area which has a really nice view over the water of Disney Springs, some cool radio equipment. You can see the Disney Springs glowing hot air balloon from here. It is really cool to go at night. A really nice themed area in the back, and a really cool way to round out this awesome Indiana Jones themed bar/restaurant. Now that's about everything Indiana Jones that there is at Disney Springs. I do know that in various shops you can find some Indiana Jones themed merch. I didn't find any when I was there. I have in the past, and I know people said they sell stuff here, but we'll get to that at a different park where you can find some specific Indy merch. But that rounds out Disney Springs, and now on to day 2 for the next park. So this park is one that Indiana Jones lovers will totally adore. This is the Animal Kingdom, which is a real just adventurous park. It totally feels something from the Indiana Jones universe. You've got all these little huts, buildings, creatures. You've got all this wilderness, and it is very, very Indiana Jones feeling. You can see the giant tree, but the first place you're going to want to stop is the dinosaur ride. Now this is a very important ride because this ride is actually a sort of clone of the Disneyland Indiana Jones ride, and it will soon be turned into a brand new Indiana Jones ride for Animal Kingdom in 2027. So this is an awesome ride to hop on to know what is coming. It's a super fun ride. I really recommend it, and you can tell it's going to make a great Indiana Jones ride, so that is always a fun one to hop on. And then you're going to exit off to where Dinoland USA used to be. Now out here is a huge green wall that is hiding the construction, as this land is now being turned into the Tropical Americas Indiana Jones land where the Indiana Jones ride will be in 2027. This is a super exciting update for Indy fans, as there's going to be this whole land that is just like Indiana Jones and will house the ride. They're building this, and you can even spot a little Indiana Jones Easter egg. If you go up to the end of the wall, you can see a little picture of a line on it with a fedora and a snake that says "Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?" as a nod to what is coming in the future with Indiana Jones. This is an awesome little tidbit to show that behind this wall there will soon be the Indiana Jones Tropical America's Land. Now, if you go further down the road along this wall, you can spot a huge poster for this land with the concept art of what is going to become the Indiana Jones Tropical America's Land. Really cool photo op, awesome thing to look at. It really gives you a lay of the land, and up in the corner you can see where the Indiana Jones ride will be. Awesome thing to visit for any Indy fan excited for what the future is going to bring at this park. Then you're going to head up to the Safari, which, well, no, not overtly Indiana Jones themed. The Kilimanjaro Safaris is a really fun little adventurous ride. There are a lot of just fun adventures at this park that any Indy fan will love. I'm sure you'll love it if you're an Indy fan. It is a great ride, so make sure to check this one out. All the real animals really make it very cool. Then you're going to head down the road through the various very cool Indy-esque marketplaces, which, again, awesome place to sort of visit. It very gives you the vibe of Indiana Jones. There is also a tuk-tuk, which is a famous Indiana Jones vehicle. Dial of Destiny features a tuk-tuk chase, and you can actually get your picture in it. It's a photo op, really cool thing to take a picture with. So then you'll head down into Asia, which the whole Asia area is very Nepal looking from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Very cool area to go into, and again, just very Indiana Jones adventure feeling. But then you're going to hop on Expedition Everest, which is a awesome roller coaster ride through Mount Everest as you search for this Yeti. It is so Indiana Jones inspired. It is awesome. Great adventure. You'll feel everything Indy would feel on an adventure. It is a super exhilarating ride, one of the best Disney rides that there is, so make sure to check this one out. But yeah, that's about it for Animal Kingdom. A great park to hang around for any Indy fan, and it'll only take you about a half a day, and then you're going to want to head over to Epcot. So Epcot doesn't have a ton in the ride department. They do have the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which, while not related to Indiana Jones, I must say, get on. It is an incredible ride, worth the price of admission. One of my favorite rides from the parks, incredible coaster. But getting back to Indiana Jones, you can get on Living with the Land, where you may spot some very familiar fellas from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in a very divisive bit of the movie. But then you can head over to the Countries, the World Showcase, which is where Epcot really shines for Indy fans, as you can travel around the entire globe in like an hour or two, depending on how much time you want to spend in each country. It really makes you feel like Indiana Jones globe-trotting around the world, and it is some really great attention to detail. Like, these are legit. You really feel like you're in these different places. Some of these standout ones for me as an Indy fan. The main one Indy fans will want to check out is Morocco, which is where they filmed Dial of Destiny. It'll really make you feel immersed in that world. It has some really cool locales, like this little room, which I can't tell where I've seen it, but I know I've seen it in a movie. It is a really incredible representation of the land. You can take some awesome Indy pictures here if you want, if you come in cosplay. But yeah, it is a really, really cool standout part of the World Showcase for any Indy fan. China is also a great place, as it is featured a lot in Great Circle and the opening of Temple of Doom. Really, some really cool structures here. Again, just impeccable details. A really great place you'll want to check out. And then we have Mexico with this huge Mayan or Incan temple. Again, a really Indiana Jones style architecture, really reminiscent of Crystal Skull, the Temple of the Crystal Skull, Temple of Akator, just Indiana Jones-esque temple structure, really cool to behold. But yeah, Epcot is a great location-based park for Indy fans. But that takes us to our next park, which is the most Indiana Jones, Hollywood Studios. Now, this is obviously my favorite park, and the first thing that you can do as you head into Hollywood Studios is go to Keystone Clothers, which is where in the back corner of the store they have all the Indiana Jones merch. Now they have plenty of merch here. They have hats, whips, action figures, puzzles, leather jackets, shirts. They have the brand new Indiana Jones prop set, which I didn't get because it was a bit big and I wasn't planning on picking it up, but this is brand new to the Disney parks. You gotta get it to support Indy at the parks, to tell them that we want more. But they also have the only prop replica that was for sale when I went, the Holy Grail. And this is a really cool item you can pick up for $50, and you have to remember all this merch here is exclusive to Disney parks. They don't sell it on their store anymore, so it is some very rare Indiana Jones merch if you want to pick some of it up. Then you want to head up around the lake to the Indiana Jones stunt show, but if you pause before there, you can see where the old Indiana Jones Adventure Outpost shop was. This used to be a Indiana Jones shop dedicated entirely to Indy merch. It's now closed down, so pay your respects here. But if you take this little path that not many people know about, you can actually find an awesome Indiana Jones treasure up the road behind the Stunt Spectacular. Now this is the screen-used tank from the famous tank chase scene in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. They have it here at Disney. You can take your picture with it, get as many pictures of it as you want. This is an awesome thing to be able to see as an Indy fan, to be able to get your picture with the real tank from Last Crusade. It's a dream come true for any Indy fan, so make sure to check this out. They have a nice truck up there, but then you can head right back down to the Stunt Spectacular. Now this is the main event for any Indy fan at the Disney parks. This stunt show is incredible. It features 3 different set pieces, a lot of funny gags. It's about a half hour long, and I recommend, if you want to get some front row good seats, show up about 40 minutes to a half hour early. They'll be playing John Williams music the whole time, and you can get front row seats, be right up in the action. And if you stay like 5-10 minutes afterwards, you can actually go out and meet the cast, the crew, talk to them, take pictures. It is an awesome experience. I won't show much of the show on here, as I want you to go see it. I don't want you to get spoiled, and if it is a hard show to see, as it's only in Florida, but if you can't see it, that's totally fine. It's on YouTube and you can check that out. But yeah, this is a main event, a awesome attraction, so be able to check this one out. You will not regret it. There are also lots of cool little props around outside. There is this hole with a rope that says "do not pull," but you can actually pull it, and you get a little surprise from inside this hole.
I say, move off the red bell, chap. You're a jolly good sport there.
There is also a truck outside and a little desk with lots of adventure props, and Dr. Jones' famous hat. You can get a picture with that too. Then right around the corner from the stunt show is the Oasis Canteen, a little bar drink stand setup where you can order alcoholic beverages themed around Indiana Jones. The whole menu is Indy themed, and some of them include a exclusive souvenir glow cube, which is a glowing ice cube that you can get, and it really, you can just know in your head that this was right from Indy, the Indy Land area of Hollywood. Cool place to stop. There is also a little snack and drink bar that is also Indiana Jones themed, right along this same spot that you can stop at to get something from. And right around this corner, approaching Star Tours, is the Indiana Jones penny press machine, where you can get 3 different exclusive to the parks Indiana Jones pressed pennies. It only costs you a couple dollars. This is a awesome, cheap little souvenir that is exclusive to the parks and Indy themed. You can also head up to the Chinese Theater, where Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is, and see Harrison Ford's handprints and shoe prints in the ground from 1991, I believe. And this is a cool way to get really close with some actual handprints and boot prints of the star of Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. A little great place to stop. I thought I'd also mention that the Star Wars land here is possibly one of the greatest things I've ever been to at a theme park. As a huge Star Wars fan, and it being basically like the brother franchise of Indiana Jones, it is a incredible land to check out. You have to if you go. It's really amazing. I won't go into detail here, as this isn't the Star Wars channel, but the Rise of the Resistance ride is possibly the greatest theme park ride of all time. You'll know when you ride it. It is incredible. Make sure to check this out if you're at all a Star Wars fan. Then there is the Tower of Terror ride, which is so much fun. It is a fun, like, era piece, the Indiana Jones sort of era. If you go in, you're, like, transformed into that world. It's very spooky, really fun, and awesome, thrilling ride. I love this ride so much. You can definitely check it out if you're an Indy fan. I also found that they would occasionally play Anything Goes over the speakers, as they play lots of like 30s Hollywood music. This is the famous song from the opening of Temple of Doom that Willie Scott sings. Cool to hear this in the park, and that about wraps us up for the park. Again, if you go to this Star Wars land, get a reservation at the cantina around 9 so that you can stay after the park closes, and you can leave the park when it's totally dark and empty. Everything's lit up. It is an amazing sight, especially Star Wars land, and you can see the Stunt Spectacular all lit up. But yeah, this is my favorite park. There's so much more that's not really Indy related that anyone would love. But we are going to move on to the last and final park of our Indy Disney tour, which is the Magic Kingdom. So the Magic Kingdom is the biggest park and has a lot of fun rides. The Tron ride is awesome, but I'm just here to talk about the Indy adventure sort of stuff. Now, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a great ride for any Temple of Doom fans who want to live out their dreams of the minecart chase. The carts actually rock back and forth. It's a really fun, medium-sized roller coaster. I really enjoy this one. Any Indy fan will like it. It's just like Temple of Doom, so you gotta ride this one. Then finally, you have to head to Adventureland, which it will put you in a full-on adventure. It feels just like Indiana Jones. You got to check out the Jungle Cruise, which is a really fun, adventurous boat ride down the Amazon, down the river. Something very akin to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Anything Indy would do. You get to go through some temples, see some exotic animals. Very Indiana Jones-esque. Then, of course, there's the Pirates of the Caribbean, which isn't exactly Indiana Jones, although he did fight some pirates, so it can be sort of like that. But this is one of my absolute favorite rides of the park. Something about it is so comforting to me, and it is a very calming, fun little boat ride through the pirate times. It's a great, great adventure. You gotta check it out. And Adventureland as a whole is really fun for any Indy fans. You can stop by the Tortuga Tavern, anything really, you will love it here. But that was my last day, and before I go, I will show off some of the Indy things that I picked up from the parks. I've gone over all of these things in the video, but this is what I will be adding to my collection from this trip. So yeah, I thought I would just show you guys the kind of stuff I picked up. So first off, at Hollywood Studios, I picked these up. This is the full set of Indiana Jones Collector's Edition pennies. This is the Stunt Spectacular penny right there. You see they got the hat and the whip. Then here we have the Hollywood Studios Mickey Indy penny right there. And finally we have the Chip or Dale, not sure which one's featured there, Hollywood Studios Idol Indy penny. And this here was from the Oasis Canteen. This is the souvenir glow cube that they put in any of the drinks that you get from the Oasis Canteen at Indy. So I just thought I would keep that. It lights up all different colors. You put that in your drink at the Indy bar. Then of course we have some limited edition collector coasters from Jock's Hangar Bar, Cafe Noir, the South Seas Club. Got another Cafe Noir there. There's South Seas Club. The Python Bar. South Seas Club again. The Atomic Cafe. And yeah, so I just picked up that set of the coasters from Jock's. Those are a really cool piece to add to the collection, which is right off camera right now. And remember, at 1,000 subscribers, we are doing a full Indy collection tour. It is going to be awesome, so remember to like and subscribe for that. And then, of course, this is the coolest thing I picked up from the Clothiers store at Hollywood Studios. Got this top secret Army Intel box, and what could be in it but the Holy Grail. That's right, this is the Hollywood Studios replica Holy Grail. This thing is awesome. It has such a weight to it. It's a nice material. Not just plastic or anything. You can tell this thing is made really well. It is a great, great piece for any Indiana Jones collector, scaled perfectly. Look at that gold in there. This is a awesome piece to add to the collection. I'm really glad I was able to pick this up. But yeah, that's just the stuff that I picked up from Disney this time around. So let's round the video out. So yeah, that is everything I did and my Indiana Jones tour of Walt Disney World. Remember to like and subscribe for more content just like this and that full Indy collection tour at 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for checking out this one. If you stuck around till the end, it was a long one. I will see you on the next one.